Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to share you about the topic, the evolving landscape of e-commerce in Taiwan, especially during the time of this tough time, right? Cross-COVID. So the agenda of today would be about four parts. First, about HaWooo Group, and second, e-commerce market overview in Taiwan. For this part, I wanted to bring you the updated news and information about Taiwan e-commerce market. Third, especially about the impact of COVID-19, since now there are still plenty of cases in Taiwan, especially it's much easier than it is in Malaysia, but still a very critical impact on Taiwan market. And the last one will be cross-border e-commerce service chain, about how your business can have a successful startup in Taiwan market nowadays. So about me, myself, I'm Tim Lin. I'm HaWooo CGO and CB CEO. Prior my experience in Taiwan and Southeast Asia, I'm from Yahoo and from Appier, one of the dominant MarTech solution company in Southeast Asia, in Asia itself. So it's my honor to have a chat with you today. So first about HaWooo Group. So HaWooo Group, we are Malaysian company. Yeah, we start our Malaysia business in 2015, and now it's the 6 years in Malaysia. And then we have a cross-border logistic company, Gumaji, and the Flubox is in Malaysia, sub-company, which is the local expert to help those Taiwan brand, Japan brand, Korea brands into Malaysia to do localized solutions. And last year, CB is the professional consultant company to help those brands to do more digital transformations during this tough time. So here are the slogan and our brand variation of for each company. HaWooo is a cross-border e-commerce platform. CB is consulting operation, Gumaji logistics, and Flubox localization. So you may see the HaWooo front page here. Now we have more than 85% mobile users in Malaysia and Singapore, and our user members in Malaysia is over 300,000. And our brands, we brought more than 400 brands into Malaysia and Singapore now. So we have our service in Thailand and in Singapore, and of course we are having our new solution services to those local Malaysians, so whose name is Hanas. Here are some key brands we brought into Malaysia and Singapore. Okay, our co-founder team and half of our team are Malaysian, so it's really our pleasure to have a further sync with we Malaysians at these circumstances. So hope to bring you more updated resources from Taiwan to Malaysia. Okay, so the second part of our agenda and the main part here is about e-commerce market overview in Taiwan. Okay, so here we are going to the key numbers for Taiwan e-commerce markets. Here are some critical numbers you must remember at this seminar. So the first one would be the online revenue, which means that shoppers, those consumers, they bought online, the total revenue per year is around 20.8 billion NTD. The second number would be the market share. So it's around 8.9% of online gross revenue. Okay, so of the total retail revenue. And third one would be the domain, which might be your interest of your domain, right? You must want to know about what the percentage of your domain sharing in Taiwan e-commerce market. So the first one will be education. Second one will be consumer electronics, pharmacy, and clothing, and food, and daily necessities, and integrated retailers, which is the miscellaneous parts, such as the accessories, the motor, something like that. Okay, so here are the key numbers you must want to know. So the percentage around in ASEAN, so I think the percentage is quite high. Besides of China and Japan. So I think Taiwan consumers, they are prefer to buy online than other countries, markets in Southeast Asia. And of course, after COVID-19, everything, we got a very, very huge growth in comparison with this number. But number is before COVID-19, which is the infrastructure of the whole picture of Taiwan consumers. So here are the main brand e-commerce and retail channels you must know. So the left upper part, convenience store. The right lower part will be the e-commerce players. So you may see that here are the whole, we're trying to list whole the name brands of these e-commerce and retail channels for your reference. So for this kind of channels and players, we try to divide into 8 parts. You can see the department stores, convenience store, hypermart, supermarket, furniture retailers, cosmetics, 3 consumer electronic retailers, and online shopping mall. You may see the percentage and market share of each key players in each category. So this page is for your reference once you are trying to seek for the top key channels in Taiwan. Here are for your reference. But we wanted to address more because it's COVID-19, right? Everything, I think, we are going to online more rapidly and more dramatically. So nowadays, we are still during the impact of COVID-19. So before COVID, we try to list the numbers before COVID, you may see at the last pages. And now we are trying to deliver more about the message of after COVID-19. So after COVID-19, the fast delivery, this kind of e-commerce channel is growing very, very fast in Taiwan. I know that there are some Southeast Asia countries such as Indonesia and Singapore. You have a very, very advanced fast delivery in already. But in Taiwan, I think fast delivery going mature, during COVID-19. So the percentage of the broad e-commerce getting more huge in Taiwan after COVID-19. So you can see that channels that people visit less often after COVID-19. So during COVID-19, they seldom go to those channels such as hypermarket, department stores. They're reluctant to go to those channels, but instead they're trying to stay in at home and to order those services via fast delivery. So here are the numbers you can see that shopping mall, hypermarket, night market, consumers, they seldom go to these kind of channels. They all go to online via fast deliveries. So I try to list the top 5 the channels that people visit less often after COVID-19. I think cross COVID-19 because it's still COVID-19 right now. So hypermarket, if you are trying to land your product, your brand into hypermarket, I think it's not the best time to do that because e-commerce may be a better way for you, especially for those food delivery channels. So hypermarket, department store, supermarket, night market, convenience stores, the people visit rate drops dramatically during COVID-19. So that's why the more consumers shift to online. So I think the percentage of Taiwan consumer they bought from online, the gross revenue should because we haven't had the latest numbers right now because it's still during COVID-19, right? I think the numbers should grow 2 times or 3 times during COVID-19, especially when the alert is going. So the more frequency users will go into online. So I think the number should be 2 times, 3 times, even 4 times than than last year. Preference of online channels. So I think because of COVID-19, sometimes you may see that shoppers, consumers all go to Momo, those key online shop channels. But nowadays, cross COVID-19, most of the brands, you can see those, they already have, most of them have their own website, their brand official website, their physical channel website, their Facebook, their social, because they have to do e-commerce or via fast delivery, so to deliver their product and goods to their consumers. So because the less visit frequency to their physical store. So you can see that the digital transformation is really happening in Taiwan. Every brand store, every retail store, every small, tiny retailers, they all have their own website, their own Facebook channels to do shopping for their consumers. So you can see the percentages here. So I want to share you more about some tactics because it's a sharing about how you Malaysian players, branding or retailers can go to Taiwan market. So here are some key information for your reference. Once we have to penetrate into one new market, right? We have to understand more, to have more information about the market, the target audience we are target. So here are some reference for you that you can have more study on these from these tools. The first will be SimilarWeb. You can use SimilarWeb to dig out the visit, the traffic, the percentage of users, and what kind of keywords they are using of this website. So we are taking Momo for example. You can use SimilarWeb to dig out more about their daily users, their monthly users. So you can see, if my product or my brand is suitable for this channel or not. Okay. Since now all of the channels in Taiwan, retailers, they are having their own website, e-commerce website. So you can do more research via SimilarWeb to dig out the insight of this channel. Of course, now everyone go into social, right, including consumers. So that's why all the retailers, all the e-commerce, they are going to social as well. So I think it's most popular in Malaysia, in Asia, of course, but in Taiwan, it's the same, but the channels will be more complicated. I will further address at the next part. So here are some, I think, very useful tools. So you can try to find out if you are a fashion brand, right? You can try to use these kind of tools to dig out what kind of buzzwords and social connection, social discussion nowadays in Taiwan market as a trend, right? If they are searching for which KOL, which KOC, what kind of suit or clothing they are wearing, what kind of keywords or buzzword they are searching, they are sharing, hashtag they are sharing. So you can use tools like Qsearch to dig out the whole, the complete data, raw data, and try to find out the right tactic for your usage into Taiwan market. And even you can target on your key competitors, so to dig out the right strategy for your use. So here are some examples. If you are a food company, right, you must try to find the trendy, the element, the taste. Users search online, sharing online now, so you can use these kind of tools to find out, dig out more data. And the third one, the last one too I want to share with you is about the data. I want to share about invoice data. In Taiwan, most our digital transformation, our consumer, they are prefer to use online tools to gathering invoices. So that's why we have a very solid data point from Taiwan. You can dig out from the data, all the invoice data, maybe more than half of the percentage of users, their invoice data, to do a further analysis to find out the top key food brands of each channel, including e-commerce, retailers, what kind of food, what kind of taste the consumer they are engaging, for their appetite. So such as the top 4 categories of food. According to the last data from from July, so that you can find that the top 4 category of food in Taiwan channels here. So enhancing competitiveness of foreign brands, outstanding local clips brand, so special hobbies of consumers who prefer cross brands, and steadily lasting brand. So here are more insight of the product portfolio here, the top 10 hot selling items in Taiwan about the food category. And more insights here, right? So consumer who bought Cadena, 20% 90% of them, we are more eager to cross-buy 科仔价. So that's why I wanted to address the importance of utilizing data, right? The first about the e-commerce website data, second about the social data, third is about the invoice data. I think these are the most important three tactics I would suggest you to further dig out if you wanted to enter Taiwan market at this time. So I think today and before, the user behavior is more complex. So here are the 3 pages I wanted to share with you. So if you can use this data well, the more successful it will be for your entry into Taiwan market across COVID. Okay, so the last part of this my sharing today, you must very determined to go to Taiwan market right now, right? Or you will not join this seminar. So for our part, I strongly recommend that Taiwan market, we are very mature e-commerce market, and we are very eager to enjoy all the new goods, new brands from everywhere in the world. So I think it's a good timing to enter into Taiwan market. But before entering into Taiwan market, I wanted to suggest some tactics or strategy for your reference. What would be the most successful model if you wanted to go to Taiwan market right now? So I think not only Taiwan but whole the market are the same, because user behavior is really more complicated than a decade ago. So I think the user behaviors will be in 5 generations. Okay, the silent age, the baby boomers, Generation X, I'm in this generation, millennials, and Generation Z. You can see that the channels, the social channels, the platforms, the user behavior, the appetite are different. Very hugely, by each segment. Okay, so I think that's why the marketing of nowadays is really tough. In comparison with the last 10 years or even 20 years. So which means that you bring your product into Taiwan, not only in Malaysia. Right now you're going to a new market. So you definitely need a very solid and a very clear visibility first. Then you can go to this market. Or I think the achieve rate will be much lower, right? So nowadays, I think not only especially in Taiwan, so I think B2C industries address a diverse target audience with diverse requirements. So I would suggest that if you wanted to Taiwan right now, we don't want you to do every segment or every general channels at this time. But we will suggest more for our advice that we can target a unique or distinctive segment at one time. Okay, so such as you wanted to target at the middle age, the travel blogger, the scientist, the RMDs in Taiwan, or the bankers or the teachers. We have to dig out the segment after one segment. Okay, so trying to bring them boom and wow services and word of mouths and channels to engage with these kind of target audience segments. If we succeed at the first one, then go to the second one. Okay, I think that's the very basic tactics if we want to go to Taiwan market at this stage. So which is totally different than the time in 10 years or decade ago. So here are some more evidence I want to share with you that the past customers showing their brand loyalty, but nowadays customers in Taiwan, they tend to live multi-talent and hyper-busy lifestyles. They will choose the ingredient, the product, the brand they are eager for, but not only for the brand itself, but for the trend, for the lifestyle the brand can bring them. So I think it's really significant in Taiwan market right now. So we call these kind of consumers as a slashes. So these kind of slashes, they are not that loyal to one single brand. They will go for the trend, for the fad, and for the lifestyle. their companions, their colleagues are interested in, so they will go for that very quickly. So here are some the new concept we want to share here. So curation, okay, always do the curation. It's not only about the channel, it's not only about the reseller, it's not only about this distributor, but we have to find out what would be the curation we are having to fit for the lowest consumers in Taiwan, by which kind of channel, by which kind of social engagement. So curation, micro-segmentation marketing, sustainable development goals, SDGs, I will address at next page, and multi-brand market business. So here are the 4 ideas I want to bring with you. So Taiwan nowadays, our users, consumer in Taiwan, we are focused more about this kind of the brand value those brands can bring us, but not the traditional one that we are cheap, we are efficient, we are professional, not something like that, but more about these 4 concepts. So I just saw the curation at 7 yesterday. It's about Dongnanya, Southeast Asia, snack expo, but unfortunately I didn't see Malaysia at this curation, but I think just want to share with you. So a lot of curation here, online, offline, social, not only area, but also about mom kids, about whole the generation, whole the segmentations, all the curations here. So I want to address more about SDGs. You must heard about it. It's the very, very key. I mean, the United Union wanted to share with you that every brand, every society, every government, we wanted to achieve more sustainable development goals, okay, for a better life, of course. But in Taiwan, I think we consumers more favor of these ingredients, more favor about these lifestyles than the people, maybe much more than the people in Southeast Asia. Because Taiwan here, especially for those youth, for those younger generations, okay, non-poverty, zero hunger, you can see how the 17 points of these indicators, right? So I just want to address that if we want to go to Taiwan market, it's not only about the channels, about the resellers, just I addressed that last page, but we have to really build our brand to fit for these 17 goals and to deliver services in Taiwan market onto those target audience. If you can bring more, I mean, not all of them, right? Of course not. But some of them, and try to use these as a really significant touch point to engage with our target audience. I think you must have certain rewarded from your customers. They are not only buying your products or brand, they will share your news, they will share your message, they will make your brands not only a shopping behavior, but also a fad, a lifestyle to engage with you. Okay, so I think it's pretty important. So that's why I suggest at last page that it's not only about the retail, about the channels, but it's about how to do your brand engagement with your target audience, target segments for Taiwan market. If you did it successful at one touch point, it will make you successful, and then you can go to the second. So that's why I wanted to share with you. So if you go further to have a further analysis on the top popular Taiwan brands, I mean key brands in Taiwan, all the hot ones are from these. I mean they all utilize some of these goals very, very well. Okay, so after branding asserts or some branding tactics, I want to go to the further channel side. So of course we have to go to channel, right? If we target certain target audience and find the right tactics and find the right brand message to communication, and then we'll go to the channel side, right? So for nowadays, for those niches and slashes, I think it's for nowadays not only about the go to the general channels. For those slashes, I think I would suggest that you can find more suitable ones, such as social channels. So I think it's identical from the key point idea I want to share with today, the niches slashes, right? I mean, they are not going to the usual channels always, but they prefer to find their companions, their KOC, their KOL, so via social channels or via certain niche channels. So for you, brand owner, right? You Malaysian, you're from Malaysia, you are brand owners, right? Once you define your brand strategy, your product strategy, your pricing strategy, your communication strategy, and you find a really, good cross-border agent, they can do the operation, they can do the stock, they can do the shifting, they can do those kind of, groundwork tasks for you. And I think the third most important, one will be the channels, but will be the social and the member growth engine. You can see from the right upper part of this deck. Okay, so how to find the right KOC, KOL, and the social alliance and social media and curation, I think is really, really important at this stage. If you do this strategy well, and the more successful it will be for your brand to enter into Taiwan market at this time. Because if you do this well, the word of mouth, all the growth momentum will generate it. I think that will not only be about the channel side, but about the channel plus social plus membership. And of course, cross-border logistics is a really important one. That's why we, HaWooo Group, we deliver this kind of battleground work for our brand vendors. And mostly we spend a lot of time to do data and the marketing research and the social growth engine for those brand vendors. I want to list this page for your reference. I think it's the cross COVID-19. That would be a better way for you entering into new market. Not only Taiwan, but also Malaysia, also Thailand, also Indonesia, something like that. Because nowadays people are preferred to go to online and social than last decade, right? So I think if you can find the best strategy and the metrics to build up this kind of, I name this as a social member growth engine, okay? The better, the more successful rate you can have, if you wanted to enter into new market. So I name this as niches and slashes as the starting points. And if you successfully have the starting point position in Taiwan, so then it's about from 1 to 100. I wanted to address that much for this page, right? Because it's a little bit complicated, but you can see that if you really wanted to, bring this market, not only just have a trial, but wanted to manage the very, very serious business to bring all the resources, all the brands from your side to this new market. So you have to think about more dimensions about the brands, your member, your innovation, and about how you do CRM, customer relationship management here in Taiwan, how to bring new users, how to manage your website, your content, and to, of course, on the groundwork will be about the data, right? You will collect more user data, consumer data, social data, and those invoice data from the third party, right? So this is the whole, the strategy map for your reference. I think it's not for, maybe not for your usage at this stage now, but remember, just wanted to share with you that if we want to from 1 to 100, here are the solid, very solid fundamental works you have to do build up for your, if you wanted to build Taiwan as your second large market in the future. E-business alliance across regions. I think it's time for alliance. It's not only for the war of all the competition from individual ones. So I think nowadays we are urging you to form a alliance, okay, ecosystems, okay. So you can see that we are from upper side, we are brands from each domain, right? I urge you that you can try to, do the not Avengers, but just alliance, right? If you're going to go to one market, you have to dedicate to find out which are the best, who are the best e-commerce platform solution. which are the best, logistics solution, warehousing solution, and even social growth engine for your domain, right? So for my part, HaWooo Group, we are trying to form this kind of ecosystem from Taiwan to Malaysia, from Taiwan to Singapore, just like Taitra, right? We joined Taitra, of course, already. So I think it's really important to form this kind of alliance from Malaysia to Taiwan. So to find out the best partner, not the best, I don't want to use best, but the most suitable partner for your usage at this stage, right? Data, platform, reseller, distributor, and the logistic and social growth engine, right? So I think I try to use this kind of strategy map for your reference that after this seminar, just try to urge you and advise that it's better that we can do this business together to find out the best, most suitable solutions for our domain, and to form a very, very strong, group we can share, we can discuss, we can learn from each other. So I think it's not the World War II or III, but it's the everlasting digital transformation. So we entrepreneurs, we professional levels have to use and to learn from each other and to find out the best solution, the most suitable solution for us. And it will change, right? COVID-19 festival, right? COVID-19 festival, it will change. So we have to learn from each other every day. Here are some brand watch for your reference, just like I mentioned, such as health and beauty. We got mom kids. Some of the key domains and brands in Taiwan, we already embracing SDGs, already embracing those niches, slashes. So you can check this. This is some reference for your reference, brand for your reference. You can check that the milestone they are having and what the branding value proposition they are having now, what the communication strategy they are using to communicate with Taiwan users. So here are some for your reference. The first one will be HiQ. It's in health and beauty domain. They especially use those key ingredients like Foucauldian expert to penetrate into all the product line of their solutions and deliver those healthy services to users, quite popular in Taiwan. And mom kids, US baby, they are from, 40 years ago, but they are using that non-toxic treatment and ingredients to expand their product portfolios, something like that, and to expand their social engagement, something like that. Okay, so at last page, I want to share you that echoing to my sharing that it's really important to have alliance nowadays. So HaWooo Group also have a CTAO Club, www.ctao-club.co, no N. So if you wanted to further dig out how to really dig out more successful business in Taiwan with Taitra, with HaWooo Group, really welcome you. So thank you for your attendance today. So if any question, we can have a further sync up later. Thank you. Have a good day.